On July the 24th, Pope Francis landed at Edmonton International Airport in Canada, fulfilling a promise he had made some time ago. He himself described this visit as a penitential pilgrimage that was to be entirely under the sign of reconciliation. Pope John Paul II had previously visited Canada several times. In 1984, he landed in Quebec and traveled through the country for 12 days. In the process, he also met with representatives of the indigenous peoples. In his speeches, John Paul condemned the physical, cultural, and religious oppression to which the indigenous peoples had been subjected in the past. In 2009, Pope Benedict XVI responded to revelations surrounding abuse by church employees at residential schools in Canada. In a meeting with representatives of Canada's Indigenous peoples, Pope Benedict emphasized that the acts of abuse cannot be tolerated in society.
Seguo con dolore le notizie che giungono dal Canada.
In May of 2021, the headline that nameless graves of buried children had been discovered on the grounds of former Catholic homes caused a stir. In June, during the Angelus prayer in St. Peter's Square, Pope Francis said that he was saddened by the news from Canada about the shocking discovery of the remains of 215 children.
Vescovi canadesi e a tutta la Chiesa Cattolica in Canada. Auspico che gli incontri di questi giorni.
The Pope finally met with representatives of indigenous peoples for 2 one-hour talks at the Vatican in late March of 2022. The meetings were part of a week-long visit by Canadian indigenous leaders to the Vatican, initially planned for 2020, but then postponed. On June the 25th, the time had come. At the start of his apostolic journey through Canada, Pope Francis met with representatives of the indigenous peoples in Canada. At the meeting with representatives of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, the Holy Father explicitly asked for forgiveness for the suffering caused by members of the Church.
Me encuentro entre ustedes porque el primer paso.
I am here because the first step of my penitential pilgrimage among you is that of again asking forgiveness, of telling you once more that I am deeply sorry. Sorry for the ways in which, regrettably, many Christians supported the colonizing mentality of the powers that oppress the indigenous peoples. I am sorry.
Estoy dolido.
The next step is to find concrete ways to learn from each other and to continue this path of reconciliation together, emphasized not only the Pope, but also the members of the indigenous peoples. The penitential pilgrimage of Pope Francis to Canada was possibly already a big step on this path.